I would not like, I mean, it's a wonderful day today that all of us are feeling proud of these young ones walking in. I'm sure 3 years back or 4 years back, as he says, they were not confident. It's natural for a child at that age to not to be confident. Growth takes over. Time is a common span. But how the span is covered is more important. The process. That is what we all stand for, the Maria Montessori method. So it's not that where learning takes place by force, it's the child himself discovers. So any learning that takes place through discovery is a long-lasting learning. So anything that is memorized stays on, but reasoning, analysis, logical thinking does not happen. Why do we say this is a stepping stone, this is a milestone? The brain development is at its peak during early childhood. I was not fortunate to go to a preschool because the country was not aware. We grew up at home in joint families. We had our own mischief. Today, the family structure is very different. It needs, and they need an environment, and that's where we look out for these institutions. You all are very fortunate to have found MARGA, where they encourage the child and the dedicated teachers. The only word that I'm banking on, patience. That's what we as adults need to give them, and reassurance and faith that our sir said this morning. If you have given this, he's confident, he's walking up, he's talking, he's able to express, he's able to think. And now, what does research say? Research says any effort that is put on till these years lasts lifelong. So if he's going to be 40 years of span, 100 years of span, it's going to show in his personality, in his characteristics. So you as parents, you have invested. I congratulate you all for that investment. I have many of my students who come and say, ma'am, Montessori method is expensive. I just look at them and say, think you're gifting your child with a jewel for life. Okay, so this is the gift that you have given them. That's number one. And number two, research. I mean, this is very disheartening to say. Research again says the effect is lost if it is not continued. Now, why not continued? Till about 10 years, say the child will be about in class 4 or 5. So the concepts that they learn at the preschool or early childhood gets crystallized in a concrete way by handling these apparatus. Now the next phase is where it gets abstract. Now when it gets abstract, it is easy for them to move. So every time they're not going to hold on, they're going to be in the abstract form. If you saw our sir say the words and he just related it, it's because of that conceptualization, understanding, moving into abstract. So they are fantastic in middle school with math, with all subjects. But what happens, high school becomes a little difficult. The reason is the curriculum goes abstract. But if you have played, if our children have explored it through our foundation material and elementary material, nothing like looking back. I'm not assuring that your child is going to become a great person like Bill Gates, etc. No, he's going to be a person who can stand firm, think for himself, analyze, and move forward. We don't want children to be burdened to society. We want children to be efficient in society. That's what I always look for. So if you have put him back into formal education, beware, the child is going to go through a little of that, adjustment criteria from here to there. Because here, it's like, I need not tell in words, you all know how they are here, and so help the child to adjust. And for those who are here, going to continue in elementary, nothing to worry. I've always wondered and struggled to understand decimals. I'm fairly good at maths, but I could never imagine how that 0.1 got further dissolution. So the contribution and my clarity came with Montessori decimal board. So you as parents also should explore and say, how is this decimal? Even I'm sorry to say, even when my guide at my PhD said, Madam, when you do standard deviation, when it is less than 0, it is not significant. Less than 0, not significant. It's more than 3 decimal, 4, they're not all significant. I really did not know until I was exposed to a board and I said, oh my God, now I know why less than 0 and more number of zeros is not significant. So this is abstract, what we learn. I mean, in school, lessons become abstract because of formal method. Understanding through doing becomes very concrete. Please give them that experience so that they enjoy. And I'm delighted to be a part of this celebration. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And if you have any questions, you can always ask when I'm around. Thank you.